So it just, to me, I like this combination of Snapfire early. We'll see if they have a lane that can take advantage of it. Even the Snapfire in the Faceless Void, if you get an early bash, you get, a stun to go with it and a slow. Very strong in a lot of lanes. Now, Shadow Demon here, though, with the Lich and the Lifestealer. So your support's allowing you to have some control with Disruption, as well as Sinister Gaze, as well as a lot of slow.
Well, I think they're looking for a save inside the Cronus. Shadow Demon is something that does that. OD is a pretty popular one, but then you're revealing your mid pretty early into the draft, so you want to avoid that. You're going to have you have the catch with the Sinister Gaze and the Disruption, but you don't really have the lockdown for the Faceless Void, because again, no stuns on the Shadow Demon. So it's going to be interesting to see what they pick up here. You do want to be able to stun that Faceless Void, make it so he can't abuse that Time Walk. Bash will be something that they get on the Lifestealer eventually, since he naturally builds that. The most popular build on that hero is just like Maelstrom, the Heaven's Halberd, and then a Basher. Maybe get some other items in Abyssal Blade as well. Again, Heaven's Halberd, just such a natural pickup for him. You get the extra heal amp from the Heaven's Halberd and the evasion, lifesteal status resistance. Not sure how Alliance wants to respond to this. You might take advantage of the fact that they only have the Sinister Gaze for lockdown, start picking heroes like that. But I think if you're going to take something like a Storm Spirit or a Puck, you wait until a little bit further in the draft. Though Puck at this point might not be the worst thing in the world. You can play that as a mid or an offlaner, so it would reveal too much.
So we'll see what Alliance want to go to. They're actually taking a lot of time on this third pick. Maybe figuring out what they want to reveal first. Like you said, it could be that Puck, it could be that mid or offlane Puck. It doesn't even need to be that, but it could be. It gives you that control that is always quite nice. And they'll go Skywrath Mage, another combination into the Faceless Void Chronosphere.
Yeah. This Chrono is going to be very scary, but fortunately, they can only come out once every 100 seconds. Talking earlier. But the silence is pretty good against Lifestealer. If you can pop it on him before he gets his rage off, you're in a pretty good place. In the South American games I was casting the other day, I saw a lot of Disruptor. So I actually saw a lot of BKBs on the Lifestealer, believe it or not. It might seem kind of redundant to get that on somebody who has the rage ability and can be magic immune through that, but if you're trying to deal with silence, building a Manta or a Lotus Orb on your Lifestealer feels a little bit awkward, and your allies might not just be able to farm a Lotus Fort fast enough to get that silence off you. With a Skywrath Mage, though. BKB might be an option for the Lifestealer here, depending on how committed to going and silencing Lifestealer at the start of these fights is.
I wonder if even the silence is going to be used here for the Lifestealer. It could be used to make sure that Shadow Demon can't get a disruption out. So yeah. I do wonder. And now Tiny picked up. Are we seeing a change to the Tiny position from 4 to 3, or maybe we see the mid Skywrath Mage?
10 seconds remaining.
Again, they could do either of these things. A lot of the time, these Tinies are played as position 4. It's basically all I saw yesterday. Actually, the last several days. I did 34 hours of casting in 3 days. And Tiny was played many times in the position. He's one of those. We talked about the last couple of games we were doing how often the position 4s roam from lane to lane at the start of the game now. They don't really sit in one place anymore. Back to the aggressive roaming support meta. Tiny is one of the better heroes at doing that. He can quickly pick people off. He has a lot of damage between his 2 nukes. He's very good at throwing the enemy mid either out of their own tower into the creep wave or into the enemy tower. So he makes it really easy for his allies to win mid. Yeah, among this team. You need a lot of vision placed around the mid lane to be able to defend from this Tiny. Well, I think we'll probably see him as a position 4. It just makes whoever's playing mid life so much easier when the enemy has to constantly worry about the threat of Tiny. And finally, we see a Pugna come out. Now, Pugna got a buff last patch. This is a quiz for you, Bkop. Do you know what he was given?
I don't know why you'd put me on the spot like that.
It's okay.
Super rude.
A lot of people wouldn't be able to answer this question.
Except all of chat will definitely know it and make me look bad.
Okay. He was given
Ooh.
a stat increase, and normally you get like a couple stats, like you get 1 or 2 intelligence or something like that, right? Pugna
Yeah.
was given 8 agility.
Oh man.
8.
And it's an offlane Pugna. Okay. Offlane Pugna coming in with a mid tiny.
Mid tiny is mixing up. And again, this is a flex pick. You can put it a lot of different places, and I don't blame them for putting Pugna in the offlane. I've seen it a lot down there as well. But like I was saying, 8 agility upgrade. It means he gets extra movement speed at the start too, and he's already a very fast little child. But Koiva, is that a broodmother? It looks like some sort of mech.
It looks like
I
a
wasn't paying
guardian from
attention.
Breath of the Wild, but yes, that is
Oh,
a
yeah.
broodmother.
It does. That I don't know how that fits in with the lore, but it does. Yeah, I can see that the Breath of the Wild look to it.
So
Do you think that they're gonna get brooded here on Alliance? You got a couple of tools of dealing with it. I mean, Tiny isn't that bad at it. Snapfire can just scatter, blast, and cookie a lot of these spiders away. And again, all melee heroes have that base stout shield built into them now. They have that chance of blocking damage, so I feel like that's weakened Broodmother quite a bit. You don't need to commit for that extra gold to build a stout shield now.
I don't think they're gonna get brooded. I'm gonna put my faith in Alliance. I think. I'll think about that. 10 minutes in, ask me again. And right before somebody's ancient goes down, ask me again.
Yes.
Prepare for
For the
battle.
third time then. I don't think that Brood is that amazing. Koifa is a very good Brood player. This metal build of Brood makes her look even stronger. A lot more durable than the regular spider. But I think that Alliance would probably take this game away as well. Their combination is so strong, and even without that massive wombo combo from Phase Void for throwing out the Chronosphere and Snapfire, Mortimer Kisses, and like you said, Mystic Flare raining down on them too. They have ways of getting lots of kills. They have Tiny roaming around the map. His Toss and Avalanche, you can get out of trouble and initiate on people pretty well with this Snapfire cookie, and that means you don't have to like use your Time Walk to play aggressive. You have the Snapfire cookie in order to initiate with the Phaseless Void at the start of the game. You have tons of tools in your kit to get kills and take team fights. And nothing from Liquid tends to counter you out that hard. You do have the Stampede to get away from the heroes in Alliance. It's very good against Pugna. It's pretty good against Skywrath, but I definitely favor Alliance here.
So we'll see if they can take the series 2-1. We both are favoring Alliance to not get brooded, but again, I'm going to change my opinion based on who's winning halfway through the match and at the end of it. So, you know, don't trust me.
Gamer.
And I plan to not miss any kills. I said in chat, if I miss kills, for each kill I miss, I'll eat a chicken nugget.
Make it a cheeseburger.
I'll make it. For each kill I miss, I'll order a 4-piece. How about that?
If you won't do cheeseburger, at least do sliders. Come on.
I'm a big nuggets guy.
Baby Bkop wants his nugs.
I do. Hey, I'll order Happy Meals for the nugs. So take a look at Insania really quickly. It's 33 and Hanskin here against Insania and this Lifestealer of Mickey. So for right now, Insania going into the Frost Blast. You've got Mickey who just has Feast. And 33 going into the Decrepify. So thoughts on this in terms of potentially getting a kill? I don't think it's going to happen at level 1 unless Insania finds himself really cut out of position.
No, the Decrepify is just to deny last hits or denies to the enemies, just stop them from being able to hit for a little bit. But this isn't a hero that you want to deal with too much on Pugna. Again, Lifestealer is able to break out of the Decrepify with his rage, and he's very good at dealing with Pugna's fast movement speed because he's very fast in his own right, 328. Again, one of Pugna's the best things about him in lane and why you played in the side lane is he's able to just run circles around the enemy hero.
Fodder right now, just about to hit level 2. He does have Scatter Blast. We'll see if it's the Scatter Blast cookie combo. I wouldn't be surprised, but already, you know, Taiga, he's got the disruption at level 2, so even pulling off that combination isn't exactly that easy. And it will be the Cookie Scatterblast combo.
Qualifier, you're on mid. Again, doesn't feel like he's doing that great right now. You're not going to be able to kill a Tiny. Sure, Tiny doesn't have very much armor, but again, having that natural stout shield built in means you don't get to play.
Hanskin up top might get killed off by Mickey. Can he get the neutrals to kill him? Yes, he can. Didn't miss that kill. No 4-piece for you guys. Has 33 now on the run. And he'll be able to survive with about a third of health. But still,
meanwhile,
it really
mid,
sucks.
Over mid, it's actually probably gonna die here on 3-3, so I'm gonna stop myself short. He's getting run down.
Onto the tier 1 tower. Do they have the damage? Mickey committing to this. First blood is there for him with the Frostblast help of Insania, but the slow coming through, and it might be a trade and will be. Hanskin will get it. Doesn't let him escape alive.
Fortunately, you can't come back with full HP of mana and this magic wand that he picked up, so that's going to help him play against the Skyrim who's spamming up his arcane bolt. But I was just going to say the net worth difference between the Broodmother and this Tiny already. Just open up that chart and take a look. 700 going the way of Tiny. Again, Broodmother doesn't want to play this mid lane against him. He's got all that splash damage from Tree Throw. It's very difficult to harass him, and each melee hero in the game has that free stout shield built into their hero now. So playing Broodmother against any melee hero has become much more difficult. So if you can't get ahead of the enemy mid laner with the Broodmother, then you're in a very bad place. Speaking of,
Qualifier taking a lot of damage, and I mean, was the last pick Brood a wise choice with all the ways they have to deal with it? Taking a look over towards top, 33, one shot away, gets the salve off, but the Frostblast is there from Insania this time. Only still a level 1 Frostblast as he's gone into the 1-1-1 build. And they used every part of that kit to get control onto 33 and get the kill.
Yeah. Insult to injury that he loses that salve on top of dying, but tried to juke around the trees. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to pull it off. Nico baby I'm not familiar with the. Was the creep wave down here last game? Was it always down here?
Ooh. Oh. I just missed Hanskin dying. That's 1 4-piece already in the basket. I was looking over at Nico Baby where the creep wave was. It's in between the tier 1 and the tier 2. It'll finally push all the way forward as Fada just trying to corral it. I feel like that's very Snapfire, corralling things on Mortimer. Makes sense.
I'd like to imagine Mortimer is like a little sheepdog from time to time. You know,
that's
corralling the creeps.
Shooting off the Scatterblast if needed. 5-minute bounty runes come out. That'll be 1 apiece, but it looks like Fada's gonna potentially dive deeper for another bounty rune and will be able to do so successfully.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this one just sitting here on the side of Alliance.
A little bit off with the pull by 3-3. Top lane, unfortunately. I turn my eyes back mid, now up 800 gold on the Tiny. Not falling that much further behind on Koiba. Once he gets a couple levels and he gets more spawn spiralings, he's to be in a better place.
I like to think so. Continuing to come around and just farm up these jungle camps, then move back over towards mid. But Limp doing a good job here. Gets the avalanche out. Was looking for the fire snap cookie. That's not going to land on a Koigfa. However, there's no damage to really rebuttal that attack.
Okay, taking a bit of harassment from Zikin up here. You will catch up on the Broodmother eventually here. Again, you're starting to close that gap at the moment. Once you have more spiraling spawn, you can move around the jungle faster with more spin webs. You're in a better place. Ooh, about to go down on lifesteal here in the top lane, taking a lot of damage.
And they've got Hanskin behind him. Here comes Fada, was looking for the fire snap cookie as well as the Scatterburst. I think whiffing on both. Insania does fall. Mickey able to retreat, but still a kill up here towards top, as this time the one who's rotating is Fada on Snapfire.
So you didn't manage to get the lifestealer, you did get the Lich though. Again, consolation prize. Lifestealer already having his Javelin, but he's having troubles getting too close to the lane right now because he doesn't have boost. He opted to get the Javelin first to be able to trade with these heroes a little better. Lifestealer does have some serious damage problems. He doesn't have a nuke in his kit. All he has is auto attacks on.
33 decrypifies himself, and now Nether Blast comes in. Taiga is up here. There is the Fire Snap Cookie coming down on a Mickey, but they've got a lot of damage going the way of 33. The Disruption keeping Shadow Demon alive. Taiga now, does he have what it takes to survive? No. Doesn't have the health necessary to keep himself up just by a little bit, as Hanskin does confirm that kill and end up making a trade.
So Shadow Fiend back at base, but he'll come back with full HP and full. Anything that can kind of buy Mickey a little bit of space here, they're going to be happy to do.
There's been all this disruption over towards top. I don't know if that counts. I kind of cut the edge of that, but Insania ends up dead to Hanskin. It's been a lot of disruption here in top, you know, making Mickey's life a little bit of a living hell. All the while, bottom lane, it's just a 1v1. Boxy against Nico Baby.
Mickey forced all the way back yet again. Must be a little bit careful. His rage is on cooldown.
That concussive shot comes in. He finally hits level 6, so he does have that infest to work with. Taiga coming over, throwing that Shadow Poison out constantly, but not really disrupting much. And taking a look through mid, we were talking about how the Brood Mother could recover on this, and has
unfortunately.
Top lane, on skin. Frost Blast comes through. Mickey with the open wounds gets the kill. Skywrath Mage will end up dropping. Meanwhile, towards bottom, they're trying to trade. They've got the stun. They'll have the Stampede with the double edge, but he'll time walk it away. Has the Chronosphere to go with it. And now let's see if Fada is able to confirm this kill. The Scatterblast comes in. The Cookie is there to get the stun with the bash. He'll get the kill onto the Centaur.
Down he goes. That if you juked back fast enough, you could have dodged that Faceless Void Cookie right there. I don't know why Fada opted to use it on the Faceless Void instead of himself. It could have made the situation pretty bad. But Centaur does go down there. Faceless Void is up, and he has some ability to farm this lane without being interrupted. And letting himself out. Nope, that's for the Snapfire. Never mind. Completely scratched my last statement. Hennigan smoking up though. Looks like he wants to play some wards.
So trying to play some deep vision.
You got some decent coverage right now of Alliance's jungle on the side of Dire. I mean, you've got all this along here, so anytime they try to get into their triangle, you'll have vision. Anytime they try and leave the triangle to go do something, you know exactly where they are.
I'm gonna look over Fada and Limp. Avalanche toss coming through on a Boxy. The Sinister Gaze locks up Fada. They have the double edge. Do they have the damage? Time dilation comes in. Fada somehow, with one stack of Shadow Poison on himself, he survives. They will go right at Insania. The Shadow Poison doesn't reach. They've got the toss on this Lich, and they'll get the kill. Just enough health to survive. Oof.
So he does manage to get out of there, fortunately. Lich is down. He's pretty under level at the moment. He's sitting at level 4 at 5 or 10 minutes here. So hopefully somebody will give him give up the lane for a little while, go to the jungle, let him get that chain for us, and then maybe they'll be able to make some stuff happen. But feeling a little bit weak right now on him. Shadow Demon hoarding neutral items. Got a Keen Optic and Arcane Ring on him.
Also sitting level 6 here with that Keen Optic. That's a nice little combination for a tier 1 item for Taiga. Taking a look back over bottom, Nico Baby still without the Chronosphere for 30 seconds. Looking to get into that Diffusal Blade when he can, as it's been some slow progress right now, sitting 300 gold behind the Lifestealer. Meanwhile, the mid-tier 1 did go down, so a little bit more of an opening here for Limp if possible, but Diffusal Blade slows him up. Spiderwings are coming over. I'm not sure Limp feels scared at all, because now the concussive shot and the damage onto Qualifier, well, not really scratching the surface. Chain Frost comes in, and with the Sinister Gaze, they'll lock him down to get the kill. They chase him all the way to the tier 1 tower, and Qualifier looking for more. He's got that Diffusal Blade back up. Concussive shot, Mystic Flare, can't walk in, but Hanskin, that's not going to be enough to juke out Qualifier to deter him from moving forward. Meanwhile, Fire Snap Cookie, Scatter Blast, Mickey And he survives, but will he continue to survive? Mortimer's kiss is landing.
It's so
Ooh!
far.
We just needed one more shot. Mortimer needs a little bit more range.
No, it doesn't. Come on. That's enough of that.
And there's the cookie, the fire snap cookie. Getting that kill on a Taiga.
Unfortunately, Lifestealer managed to get away, but that Mortimer kiss is so much damage. And being able to hit that Lifestealer from so far away, that is terrifying as you're running away from it. Trying to jump every which way. Meanwhile, Mortimer player trying to predict where you're about to walk. What was that, like 2,500 range?
That's certainly far. He was just in front of his tier 1 tower, shooting near the tier 1 tower of the Dire. Bashes on a Boxy. Concussive shot comes in. Another bash. The luck right now for Nico Baby is great. With the Mystic Flare, it's an easy kill onto the Centaur. And Onskin gets credit for that. The assist there for Nico Baby. Again, going into this Diffusal Blade, while Taiga now, he'll end up dropping as well. So Limp gets that kill with the haste.
Yeah, you're coming out ahead everywhere on Alliance, and normally in a game like this, your Broodmother is taking towers, pushing the enemies, forcing them back to defend and getting kills, but this Broodmother, while he's getting a lot of CS, he's top of the net worth chart, no longer falling behind Tiny, he's not doing that. They're not getting brooded, and again, this hero falls off the later the game goes. If you're not hitting that like power spike at the 15-minute mark where you're breaking or like knocking on the tier 3s, then you're not in a very good place.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Looks like we're seeing people positioned for fight in the bottom.
Blink, Avalanche, Toss. Easy kill there on Insania. They use the open wounds. Quick comes over bottom, but Mortimer's Kiss is doing a lot of damage. They'll infest into this Spider as Koikfa gets back on the Broodmother, but they want to reinitiate with the Stampede. Time walk back, Boxy though, double edge. So, oh, Fire Snap Cookie gets the 2-man stun! Koikfa ends up dead, Boxy on the run, Mickey in trouble, he'll force to use his rage and get away. Can he get a bash on Nico Baby? Yes he can, Boxy dead. Now they'll look for more, Insania throws the Chain Frost, that bounces in a pretty good direction, but the blink away from Limp makes sure it bounces no more. They've got the kill on Insania as well as Taiga. 4 heroes gone on the side of Liquid as they just lose Nico Baby.
Dire's bottom tower.
I mean, the fight started and Lifestealer was already in a really precarious position because he had to hop into the Broodmother, get away, and then once they were away from that, they used all the cooldowns on Alliance. They thought, okay, this is a good fight to take, but no, they're still so much stronger than you. You got caught in that wombo combo of the Mystic Flare getting dropped on you while you were Avalanche and Toss, and that just made things so much worse. I'm not sure you can take a fight until after you get BKBs. You don't have a huge amount of damage other than like the physical coming up from Faceless Void and the Tiny after you have those BKBs, so maybe pick that up on Broodmother. It looks like, yeah, he's got that queued up next. Maybe get one on Centaur as well. I mean, he's got a cloak, but he could use a pipe or something like that to take this fight, but 1,500 gold swing going in the favor of Alliance after that fight, 3,000 XP.
And getting that kill onto the Broodmother is certainly huge. The net worth difference between the Brood and the Tiny, only a couple hundred gold, and I'm not sure if they spotted that smoke, but Taiga and Insania trying to wrap around a little bit. Mystic Flare is out with the toss, Quick for dead. This smoke, there for planting vision, but, well, nobody there now to help out Koikfa, who ends up dead a consecutive time.
If you do a quick reconnect, a little bit of a bug.
Take your time, let me know. Ooh, take a look, Sinister Gaze, Limp. Now taking shots from Mickey, but gets the kill on Insania. He'll try to TP out. They've got the disruption. Fada comes over for potentially a Fire Snap Cookie to either get a stun or get Limp out. But Limp, he's staying within this, and he clips himself. And this might actually be the best spot for him to be in. Mortimer's Kiss is coming down. Somehow 33 is keeping Limp alive. Oh, the Chronosphere on top of it! How does he stay alive through it all? It's the ulti from 33 that keeps Limp alive. They'll get that kill on a boxy. They look over at Mickey. Down he goes, done and dusted. See you later. And Fada from the high ground throwing down the Mortimer's Kisses into the Chronosphere.
And what a combo there by Alliance. Oh my god, that Cronus came out with perfect time. You didn't line it up with the Mortimer Kisses, but you were just raining fire down on them without that. Saving him. That was beautiful there. That was like one of the Chronospheres you see from Universe at TI. Incredible there by Nico Baby.
Honestly, the best job right there in that situation was 33, who kept Limp alive the entire time.
Beautiful team play there by Alliance, and they're coming out on top of each and every one of these fights. I mean, you are keeping up with CS, but again, we were talking about if you're picking up this Brood Mother, you need to brood the enemy team. And that's not happening. You still have the tier 1 tower up in the lane where the Brood originally existed. You gotta be feeling pretty nervous right now.
It's definitely not a spot you'd imagine yourself in with a Brood Mother, but again, we had talked about that they have many ways to deal with the Spiderlings and deal with this Brood. Limp here with a Blink Dagger, Echo Saber going into the BKB. Then we take a look over at Nico Baby, who does have that Diffusal Blade finishing off his Yasha soon. And you compare that to where the Brood's at, top of the net worth, feeling okay, but it definitely could be better.
Yeah. So he is at the top, but again, he's gonna fall off the later this game goes. Like the further we go along, the more Brood Mother just becomes that single target right-click hero. You start to come to all those problems of heroes getting kited, like you see from Wraith King and whatnot. But Brood Mother's not a hero with Sven. Yeah, if you're able to get your hands on somebody, you can use lifesteal and whatnot. But I don't think that's going to be. I don't think that they want to take this that late.
So Mickey, meanwhile, he's going into Heaven's Halberd. He's got that Maelstrom. This is similar to the build we saw on the Lifestealer earlier, except I think the Lifestealer I saw earlier was Phase Boots, Armlet, Heaven's Halberd, Satanic, something else in between. Mortimer's Kisses coming in with the Mystic Flare as well as the Avalanche Toss. An easy kill there on a Mickey. Not able to do anything to survive, honestly, as nobody's even there from his team to help him out.
So, Lifestealer down. Anytime that he's spent not farming with his Maelstrom is time wasted. That was a redundant statement. Take the Shrine up here just before that 20-minute mark, and they smoke up afterwards. So. See if Dire decide to do anything about that.
See if they really can do anything about that.
No, control the majority of the map.
One Spiderling patrolling the area, but that's about it.
Spider Patrol.
Kill onto Insania now. They've got the lockdown onto the Centaur. Will this be enough? This is a pretty early Rod of Atos coming for the Skywrath Mage to lock him down and get the kill. Insania and Boxy hit the deck with a double kill there for Limp. 21-9. Meanwhile, top as well as mid. We take a look over at Qualifier, who ends up dead to Nico Baby.
Gets chronoed. He finally tries to break down that tier 1 tower. He's just not able to do it. They're keeping him off again and again. No spiders allowed on the Radiant side of the map.
Not been able to pressure through that tier 1 tower just yet. Now they move over to Roche.
And there's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do about it. Okay. He's gone. He got the Atos. Got the Ancient Seal. He just dropped the Mystic Flare on the Lich and he's gone. About to say, the only thing you really have to be able to take this Roche fight is the Chain Frost and Lich. But not with him down.
Not the fastest of Roche attempts.
No, and not that it matters a whole lot at this point. I mean, it doesn't feel like a little bit of time wasted, but at this point you might as well do this before moving on to any further objectives since they're playing pretty deep at the moment. Don't have a lot of DPS, but they do have a lot of nuke damage. Again, that's why the BKBs are so for liquid. Still about 400 gold away on the Brood Mother, which make things a little bit easier once he gets it. Lifestealer getting a bit closer to his Heaven's Halberd. That should help him a bit dealing with this faceless void.
Continuing to just pressure through mid. I feels like Liquid are just kind of standing there, twiddling their thumbs, thinking, well, what do we do? How are we supposed to go up against this at the moment? Feels like our Brood's not exact, should be online at this moment, but isn't.
Again, we talked about you last picked Brood to brood the enemy team, which means you're taking down towers, you're picking it when they can't really count.
Stampede comes in, they've got the Infest getting popped out, they'll get the kill on a 33 to start this off, they'll toss back Boxy on a Snapfire, that might be not be the best move. They've got the Mystic Flare down onto the Lifestealer who's almost dead, he's silenced up trying to run, Nico Baby, he's kind of in no man's land.
Not a bad initiation.
That fight kind of split up in 2 spots. Crossed me up a little bit.
I think Alliance realized it wasn't a good fight. You don't have Chronosphere still. You lost the Pugna, and Lifestealer, even though you took him down pretty low, you didn't finish him off. That means he's able to heal up extremely quickly the moment he gets his hands on somebody. This is a hero you need to lock down and kill in one go. Well, I don't like Faceless Void that way right now. Speaking of Faceless Void, now opting to go for Butterfly. This is ultimate orb flying out towards him. I think he's finishing off his Manta style. He is.
Trying to finish off this tier 1 tower over bottom. Lich doing all he can to slow this charge down. Also TP over a +1.
But they do have Fada there to help him out if he runs into any trouble. And again, Chronosphere is up, Mortimer Kisses is up. You have to be careful about getting near the spaceless.
That combo really is disgusting.
Yeah, rain down fire on your entire team. Again, I think this ability will see a range nerf, DPS nerf in the future. I think at level 25, even without any items, once you get that +8 Mortimer Kisses launched, it has the same duration. I think it just launches them twice as fast and ends up doing like 900 DPS with no items, or higher than that. It's very strong.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
So they smoke up, they head towards top. They're not gonna spot anybody within the jungle. Nico Baby taking charge as they start to converge over inside the Dire jungle. The Dire are all just trying to farm on the opposite side of the map, staying out of harm's way for the moment. We take a look over on Mickey, who's going into the Basher after finishing off this Maelstrom as well as the Heaven's Halberd. And Koikva, well, he's going into the Ags. He's got this BKB ready to go, freshly minted 10 seconds. Might not want to show your hand so quickly, Koikva. Chronosphere is available as well as the Mortimer's Kisses. We saw how quickly that can do work. Of course, they've got the disruption just in case. Try and save the life of this Broodmother.
They're thinking about this. Tower's down. Time to back up, though. If it's gone, you might as well not stay. Bottom lane, Boxy's been pushing out, trying to get some farm.
Avalanche just missing. Almost grabbing Boxy, and that could be problems here for the Centaur had he gotten clipped by that. And Nico Baby now not by himself. He's got heroes coming around him. He'll time walk. He's got this Aegis. Does he look to commit this Chronosphere? A couple of heroes from the side of Liquid I think are contemplating whether or not to help Koikva, knowing that that Chronosphere is back up. So a little hesitant on that, but they've got the stun. They might get this kill or get the first life away. So now it's about how Alliance react. The Rod of Atos comes in as well as the Mystic Flare onto the Centaur. They'll get the kill on Boxy, and now will the Mortimer's Kisses work and do anything more as Nico Baby heads towards mid and the rest of the team scatters on the side of Liquid.
I'm not really sure what Fada was doing with the Mortimer Kisses there after the fight ended. Maybe it's just thought that Liquid would re-engage, but Liquid definitely made the right move after picking up Nico Baby the first time there, blowing his Aegis, getting him back. Unfortunately for them, that Aegis would have expired on its own in about another 5 seconds now. Doing some damage now. Tiny.
Chronosphere comes out onto the Brood. Locked him down. Nobody to save him. And Koikva gone. 60 seconds. And dead.
BKB doesn't matter if you can't activate it, I suppose. So down he goes. He does have buyback here. He still has his BKB up. But I'm not sure how heavy Alliance are willing to commit here.
Lose that tier 3. They're going to blink into the backlines. They'll look for the hoof stomp. And can they follow this up with anything well enough to get these kills on the side of Alliance? They get the Centaur already killed off. The BKB's been popped by Qualifier. They'll go after Limp. It doesn't feel like he's doing enough damage here. He'll continue to give chase, but now this is a problem. He's been disarmed with the Heaven's Halberd. There's a Fire Snap Cookie coming in. The disruption can only do so much. It'll save him from probably the inevitable, but Qualifier on the run. The toss from downtown. It's a 3-pointer. Michael Jordan style, getting the kill on the Qualifier. They look over the Lifestealer, and now they'll turn their attention towards this Lich. Insignia goes down, so does Mickey. 3 heroes gone. Buyback from this Lifestealer. And Alliance are looking to finish this series and secure a spot into the finals. They've broken the high ground. They'll go for this Rax, and can they do it right here, right now?
The majority of this net worth is on the Broodmother, who's currently down without buyback. I don't think they could stop them if they decide to just go for tier 4s and end at the moment. Yeah, that looks like what Limp wants to try to do.
Oh, Blink, Hoof Stomp, as well as the Infest being popped. Nico Baby with the time walk away. The Avalanche locks down Boxy for the moment. Mickey within that rage thought he had an opportunity to go in, but Nico Baby, an aggressive move that he might pay for. Mantis style, Frost Blast, time walk down to the low ground. They'll get the kill on a Mickey. He bought back. He's dead for 76 seconds. They'll look over at Boxy, who blinks away in time.
Boxy does get back. Alliance, I think they did end up killing the Lifestealer after his buyback, but that spooked them a little bit, so they get back. Time is on their side. Again, the later this goes, I'm not sure that Liquid are going to be able to do anything. Lifestealer is an amazing late game hero, but he's not doing that so well himself. Meanwhile, this team Alliance is going to scale, I think, as late as this game gets. So play it safe. Again, it's your shot towards the minor. Both teams are just this one game away from being eliminated.
Play it safe. Limp runs right up to Taiga.
So they get back now, though. Void Spirit, yeah, wants these. Nobody has these tier 3 items yet. Picks up a telescope. Farm these before going forward again. Make that 18k net worth even bigger. Or the advantage that they have. Dota Plus saying that Alliance currently has a 99% chance to win.
But always that 1% that might come back.
I mean, we've seen it once with EG. They managed to turn the game around with a Nightmare.
Oh, insane.
Oh,
yeah. No. And the tree is not safe enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That's just down. Fortunately, it doesn't matter a whole lot. Koiva down here in the mid lane. I think he's trying to wrap around. But so is Nico, baby. He's gonna throw out another Chrono.
Yeah, the Chrono's there, and the Mortimer's kisses the blink into the Chrono. Oh no! Mystic Flare is there. Quick for Boxy die. The GG call comes out immediately. A misjudgment on the distance.
He thought he was clipping into the very edge of it. I don't think Stego went quite far enough for like that though. But he ended up inside the Chrono. I don't think it would have mattered that much, but you hate to see it.
Wow, that was unfortunate way to end this series, but Alliance take the victory 2-1. Just 30 minutes into this one as they reverse sweep them.
Yeah.
They get the 2 and the 3, and now they're into the finals.
Liquid looked so strong too. That was like what, an 18-minute game?
This last one was the first one was very quick. It felt like maybe like 22 minutes or so.
Yeah, and you look into this, you're like, okay, Liquid looks super strong. Now then, just boom, Alliance, both these games. Nico Baby played absolutely insane, doing exactly what he needed to do to end both these games. He was so sick on the Juggernaut at the end of the last game, and this one, just waiting on the back line. It's like he could read Koiva's mind there. He knew that he would try to pick off the back lines there both times with the Chronosphere.
Yeah, they just happened to converge on that. I don't know if Liquid were expecting that move coming in from Nico as they were pressuring the top set of racks as well as the tier 3, and unfortunately for them, he was ready with the Chronosphere. So they finished the series up, take it 2-1. Alliance move on to the final to go up against the winner of Nigma v Liquid, which will happen tomorrow. And that's it for us today. So that's our last broadcast for the day. I'm your caster, Bkop, at Bkop92, joined here by Neph, at nephsensei on Twitter. Follow us to know when we're casting next. And thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate you, love you, and we'll talk to you soon.